Welcome back to New York Links. Now here's Jeanille Bonterre with this week's news updates.
I'm Jeanille Bonterre in New York with your ZYNC TV New York Links weekly Caribbean news update. In our headlines this week, Jamaican Prime Minister Bruce Golding has denied having a green card. Jamaica's Prime Minister Bruce Golding had dismissed allegations by U.S.-based publication Caribbean Voice that he has a U.S. alien registration card, better known as a green card. Golding admitted that he had one more than 30 years ago, but said he gave it up when he decided to return to Jamaica to support the Jamaica Labour Party, otherwise known as the JLP, in its preparations for the 1980 general elections. In a statement issued this week, Golding said that he applied for permanent residence to enable him to work part-time while he was a student at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. He said the application was approved in August of 1978. However, he subsequently decided to defer these plans in order to assist the JLP in its preparations for the elections that were eventually held in 1980. Before being sworn in as a minister in November of 1980, Prime Minister Golding went to the U.S. Embassy and surrendered his alien registration card and was granted a non-immigrant visa, which has consistently been renewed since then. And in other news of the ongoing saga of Buju Banton's pending trial, a reggae artist Buju Banton was offered a $250,000 bail in the Sam M. Gibbons Federal Court in the United States this Friday. But Banton, whose real name is Mark Myrie, is still not in the clear, as his lawyer, David Oscar Marcus, will now have to seek bond in the immigration court to prevent his deportation to Jamaica. Banton's entertainment visa was revoked when he was arrested last December. As part of Banton's bail condition, he will have to wear a monitoring device and will be subject to house arrest and 24-hour security to be paid for by the defense. He can only leave his house for meetings with his attorney and for doctor's appointments and to purchase medication. He will also be subjected to drug testing. And in other regional news, Alan Stanford is denied insurance funds. Just a few months before his criminal trial for fraud, disgraced financier Alan Stanford has suffered a serious blow as a judge rules he cannot use US $100 million of Lloyd's of London directors and officers insurance coverage to pay lawyers to defend him. U.S. District Judge Nancy Atlas handed down her judgment this week following a 4-day trial in August, indicating that lawyers for the insurance company had proven that it was likely that Stanford had committed money laundering and therefore excluded him from coverage. Stanford faces 21 counts of fraud when his trial begins on January 24, 2011. The charges stem from the alleged U.S. $8 billion fraud conducted through the Stanford International Bank in Antigua. His attorney, Robert Bennett, said that he would apply to be assigned Stanford's court-appointed counsel. If he is assigned a court-appointed lawyer, Bennett would be paid by the government at a rate of US $125 an hour, which is a far cry from the US $1,000 an hour, which Lloyd said the attorney had been charging. And good news for Caribbean travelers, a $10 regional fare for Caribbean travelers is on the way. Low-cost carrier Air One is promising to provide cheap intra-regional travel with fares as low as US $9.99. CEO Ian Burns told the Caribbean Tourism Organization's Leadership Strategy Conference that the model will be unveiled on December 1st. In a presentation at the conference, Burns outlined the airline's plans to make intra-regional travel affordable, accessible, and profitable through a low-fare, no-frills model. Burns outlined the challenges facing air travel in the region, including expensive infrastructure, a heavy regulatory burden, and reliance on public ownership. And he called for lower taxes and airport charges, increased capacity at lower-cost airports, and the better matching of aircraft types for each route. And in other good news, the Virgin conglomerate is launching a regional entrepreneurship center. Virgin Unite, the nonprofit foundation of the Virgin Group, will launch a Branson Center of Entrepreneurship in the Caribbean in the first half of 2011. The center will support aspiring entrepreneurs aged 18 to 35 years old in the creation and growth of small businesses in the Caribbean. It will offer practical business skills, access to coaches, mentors, and financing opportunities. It aims to act as a hub to support the development of small and growing businesses and create jobs in the region with an emphasis on sustainable tourism-related businesses. Sir Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group, said he hopes the center will inspire young entrepreneurs to grow their businesses and create opportunities for future generations. I'm Jeanille Bonterre with your weekly Caribbean News Update. Stay tuned for more info right here on ZYNC TV New York Link.
We're back after these messages.